Hey, everybody. What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I have the most of my voice back. So, of course, you already know um, it's design time. Now, let me tell you something. It has been a day, a very long day. But in the midst of all of the randomness that has happened today, I can say that I'm blessed and I can be a testimony to the fact that where intention goes, distraction will always follow. Disruption will always follow. So, yeah, I was supposed to have a whole attitude right now, but I don't. Listen, I got to tell y'all a story before we get started today. And hopefully, these things will download, these images will download on Canva because my whole point is I wanted to show you all how to design in Canva. But I'm attending an event tomorrow where I'm going to learn how to set up high-end luxury. It could be weddings, events, commercial events, that sort of thing, right? I cannot tell you how many things have tried to stop me from getting here today, including this slow behind internet. So I pray that you all can hear me. And I hope that I don't look like I'm stuck in the matrix because it looks like this internet may be very laggy. So let me know, first of all, if you can hear me, let me know where you're tapping in from. So then that way, at least I can see what we got going on and where we got it going on. Hey, Tempest. Hey, Barbara. All right. So I'm going to, oh, you can hear me. Good, good. Okay. Now, if things get a little crazy, a little choppy, then we'll turn this into something that's going to be helpful for you regardless. This internet, and here's the thing, and I'm being completely honest with you. This is one of the reasons I didn't intend for this to go this way, but this is one of the reasons that I don't prefer Canva as my main design software. It must be online and it must have a good connection. There are some ways to kind of get over that, like if it's let's say you had a power outage and you were in the middle of something, it'll give you a warning that, hey, you're not online right now, so your file is not saving at the moment. That's very dangerous. I don't trust that. I want y'all to know that I have spent sometimes hours designing things. And for me to not know if that is going to survive because it may or may not have an internet connection is very scary for me. Also, so I am a little glitchy. Thank you, TMP. I appreciate it. Well, let me see. I don't think there's absolutely anything that I can do because I'm on these hotel internets, and this one right here is the slowest I have ever seen. And I look to see if I can buy premium internet. Every time I stay in a hotel, I usually purchase the premium internet because I ain't got time, y'all. I don't do this AOL dial-up stuff. Whatever this is right now, I can't handle it. It is making my booty hairs itch. However, I have the patience of Job, and I am here tonight against all the odds that happened today. And with that, I want to I suppose this is going to give us a little dialogue here. So while this, I don't know why these things are taking so long to load. What I do is internet based as well. So you're probably feel familiar with this if you're in the academy, and y'all let me know if you're a member of the Academy, let me know what your membership is. Are you silver, gold? Are you platinum? Craft to Quit is our platinum. C2Q, you know what it do. That is our business mentorship program. In addition to designing, we also have gold, which is our Photoshop live, all the way live every Wednesday. And then we have our silver membership, which is where you get the pre-recorded. So after we do a live class, you get the recording 7 days later, and you get that template with it 7 days later. Okay. Barbara, great question. How can I find this clip art? Barbara, we made this clip art in AI. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all a little bit of that tonight. I'm going to show you basically the whole way this whole thing was designed. I'm going to give you some AI prompts. So please share this live. Share the live, because usually I give away a bigger prize the more people that's on the live. Right now we only have 35. But then again, I know my connection is not that strong, but I know you all can make this stronger by sharing. All right. So usually the more people we have, I'll do a bigger giveaway. Okay. So sometimes I'll do an Automizer. Sometimes I'll do a free file for you all. Sometimes I'll give you the file that I'm working on for the night. Tempest Silver. Hey, and you in there, baby. You still in there. Okay. Let me see. I see my chat coming through now. I'm telling you, I hear, don't get me wrong. AOL, I hear that like that's what I hear when I'm experiencing this internet over here. Like it's ingrained in my brain. Y'all know how the AOL used to start up. Oh, let's see. Proud to quit, Tamika in the building. Sharon, what's up? Proud to quit in the building. TMP Customs. Ashley, C2Q, what it do? Shawanda, all right. C2Q is in the building. All right, I'm proud of y'all. I am so proud of y'all. Tracy, hey. Malia, hey, love, hey. Tempest, don't worry about it, baby. You in there. You silver, but you are locked in. Let's go. Craftiness gold. Let's go. Shelly Silver. All right. Y'all are rocking. Okay, so I want to make sure that you all are using these resources, but also I like to teach you new things, right? And not with the AOL, but the disc. That's when they used to give the disc and you would sign up. Listen, this is throwing me way back. All right, so what I wanted to show you all is all the clip art that's here. I'm going to show you how we made it. Okay, so I love to show you how you can look like an extreme professional with a few tools in just a few minutes. Okay, so with this, I was hoping that it won't even show you my little PNGs. I guess I could click on them independently and it may show you. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, the internet is rolling slow here because I can't even preview these without clicking on them. And then it's taking a little moment for it to even move over. Okay. So all of these images here, including the flowers, the pampas, the hydrangeas, the snapdragon, we did this in AI class number 35. Okay. So I want to give you a background on why we created these the way that we created them. And this is what we do every week, by the way. Every Tuesday, we have an AI class where we develop images that can help you to build designs, okay? Oh, Cheryl says, I need to join, but unsure which one. Now, Cheryl, if you like hands-on, then our gold membership, our Craft to Quit membership is not open yet. It will open up at the end of this month. Okay, the Craft to Quit membership will open up again at the end of this month. And Craft to Quit, we have additional mentoring meetings on Thursdays, Fridays, where we go over strategies for growing your business. We do Shopify audits, we do email marketing, all of those things, because those are the things that help you grow the business. And then our gold membership is the VIP Gold. And what that allows you to do is come to the live classes on Wednesday, and we actually build every single Wednesday. We take a template and we flip it live in class, show you how to change out the elements, show you how to create another version of this design so that you have a final design within that hour class, and you can go ahead and post it on your social media, post it on your Facebook, your Instagram, post it on your Shopify store. So the whole goal is so that you have not only accountability, but every week you got some fresh designs. Every single week you're going to unlock 2 templates, one of our OG templates, and then you'll unlock a brand new template that just released when we do that live class. Okay, so that's my best explanation right now. I would say do gold, and if you have the opportunity when Craft to Quit opens up, definitely Craft to Quit is our top tier program. So hands-on, I would definitely recommend signing up for gold. We actually did this class right here week before last in our gold class. All right, so what I want to show you here is how we develop these. And let me see if I can pull up my Discord if the internet will allow. And then I'll probably have to pull it up and close it right back down because I'm sure that that eats up some energy. All right. So if y'all look, and for those who did our AI 35 class, go back and look. I did put some models in here because sometimes you need to sell your designs with people in them, right? And we don't want to just be putting up, somebody's family, and you don't know if you want to be using those for advertisements, that sort of thing. So that's why we create our own AI characters, and you can create AI characters of different ethnicities. You notice that I do a lot of blue. So for this particular class, I told y'all to do blue because it's easiest to change the color blue when we go to changing our hues and making sure that we have a design that totally flips. So I'll give you an example. Oh, I even use the elements to make this this arch, this entryway arch here. So we went from brown to pink to blue with the very same template. And that's all because we use blue flowers. Even the natural flowers that are here, the ivory and the tan flowers, those still started off as blue, and then I manipulated those in order to get those colors. So if you attended the class for 276, the live class, you'll remember that you had to change out the colors of the flowers there. But I even have a file that I'm going to give Craft to Quit that is even easier, and I made it all over for y'all. So if Canva's going to act up tonight, then I'll kind of go over how that all over works, and like some new features that I did here, so that this just plugs right on into the Automizer. Like, I'm just telling, I've been looking at ways to make these systems so easy so y'all make money faster and you make better, higher impact. So you never have to be the cheapest. If you can be the fastest and the best quality, you never, ever, 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 ever have to be the cheapest. I'm just letting y'all know that's how it really goes in this business world. Okay. All right. What is that? Oh, Cicely, you like that? Okay. So let me see what's going on over here on the Canva side. I'm going to go ahead and I don't know how long these, okay, they finally uploaded some of them. So create a design here. I'm going to do a custom size. I'm going to do a 13 by 19. You see how slow this thing is going? It may not make it. This is what I'll do. I'm going to show you the concept of this here, and it's not going to be pixels. It's going to be inches. But what I will do, I will actually build this out as a Canva template. Okay. It won't be live though. Not with this slow internet. And here's my point too. I use Canva for a lot of things. I do not use Canva for my main design because let me put it to you like this. My goal is to earn no less than $1,000 every time I design something. And I would love for that to be your goal too. So if I design a logo, my minimum is $1,000 because I'm going to put time into developing that idea, and I'm going to put the person's branding into it, and I'm going to listen to their messaging, and I'm going to create something from scratch, and I'm going to hand design it, right? If I create a design for a baby shower, I'm not just making one baby shower t-shirt. At minimum, I need to make $1,000 minimum. I am doing nothing that can't earn me at least $1,000. Even when I make a template. Hold on, y'all. Did Granny just text me? Oh, shoot. Oh, my granny just texted me, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see my beautiful granny? Granny text me. She'll never text me. I'm happy. Oh, she said my latest photos, 82 and a half years old. Okay. So normally I never ever the only people that can get through to my phone is my brother and my granny. So that's why usually I have my phone off. But let me text my granny. Oh my gosh. Those look so good. She said 82 and a half years old. My granny looks good, y'all. When did she take these? Okay, let me give my granny her props. You look amazing, granny. If y'all don't know backstory, a little bit of backstory while we loading up all slow. My dad raised my brother and I as a single father. My mom left when I was 5. And so my granny is pretty much everybody thought she was, or called her my mom, even though they knew she was my grandmother because it was a small town. Everybody knows everybody in this small town. So my granny basically is like my mom. So that's my granny. All right, y'all. I'm all cheesing and stuff. All right, I'm gonna come over here to these uploads. And I'm gonna show you the reason why we made these AI images blue. Now, what I will do is I'm going to take you through some of these prompts here, just so that you understand, like, when we do these AI classes, y'all, I give away all kind of information for free all day. If you are on the email list, then I email y'all a free prompt, a free AI prompt every single week, just to kind of get you going, just to get you motivated. You don't have to be in AI class for that. Freebie Friday, I'll give y'all some AI prompts. I don't mind. I'm going to show you how it's used, how you create design. The thing that I sell, my information is free. What's not free is the implementation of that information. What's not free is when I actually put work towards something that builds you a tool that allows you to make money. And I would never expect you to do that part for free, like making somebody money. You best charge for making somebody some money now. Now, if I'm giving information, I'm giving information. So Freebie Friday, I'm going to give you so much Freebie Friday that you'll be able to make money off of. If y'all hear what I'm saying. So if you say, oh, I can't afford the templates right now, I never want you to say I can't anything, number one, because my daddy would come like out the sky and tell me, you said what? You can't. That was a curse word in our house, okay? So what I want you to realize is don't say I can't afford. Say, how can I afford, right? So if the point of the Freebie Friday is I'm going to give you enough information, enough game, where if you wanted to join the membership, our lowest membership is $50 a month, and you get access to 8 classes every single month. Your first month, you get access to 12 classes because you get a bonus 4 classes. So you get 12 classes plus 12 templates. You can't tell me that's not worth $50. And with all the amazing resources and information, and we keep you on top of the trends that are selling right now, so you don't have to keep buying those Etsy files. I know some of us spend $50 in Etsy files every month. Y'all hear me? So the idea here is I want to give you the premise of how this all flows. It's the workflow. It works together, okay? So first, I developed the AI images here. So I developed my flowers, and that's actually my granny's favorite flower is the calla lily. And it's fitting because her name is Callie and her sister's name is Lily. So I always put that together, and they're like this. All right, anyway, let me stop giving y'all all my backstories and let's get to some Canva. All right. Oh, you joined the membership. Oh, or Avita, you telling them to join the membership. Okay, yeah. I was like, if you join the membership, I was going, hey, do a little dance. All right. So the AI classes are separate though, because I don't want people to feel like they have to do Photoshop in order to do AI. AI is even going to save you for Canva. Do you hear what I'm saying? Now, when you join our AI classes, what's going to happen is you also get access to this server that has all of these images saved here. So just for instance, usually each server has about 5,000 images. This one has almost 6,000 images in here, okay? So what you get to do is you get to access these files and use them for your final goods and your projects, okay? So I just want y'all to see what's being cooked up in here. It's taking a long time because of the internet, but I just wanted you to understand that it's not just about prompts. So yes, it comes with the prompt book, it comes with the step-by-step directions, but the biggest thing it comes with is community, and it comes with the fast pass. Literally, if you were going to design for this baby shower right now, you wanted to pick different flowers, or you wanted to put that unicorn in there or anything else, it's ready to go. So when y'all asked before, somebody asked before, like, where did this clip art come from? It came from the brain. Do y'all like that? It literally came from the brain. So what we get to do in AI classes, we get to imagine things and they just appear. It's pretty much like magic. Hey, hey, Naomi. Welcome to another live. Let's go. All right, all right. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to use these elements here. So I did show you all some of the prompts there, just showing you how we develop some of those different flowers. And then in the AI class, I give you like a list of flowers and I'll walk you through we actually prompt all together. So it's basically a co-working session, which works out really well because we get some beautiful, beautiful images, as you can see here. And the reason why we're doing blue, even though that's sunflower, you've never seen a blue sunflower, but if you're going to create these images, it's so much easier to change the color blue. So in here, let me go ahead and add my rose. Right? So in Photoshop, we have a way of changing it, and it's pretty much with smart colors. All right, so I'm going to show you how we change it in Photoshop. It is much quicker, much more efficient, and it creates these automatic, every little piece that's in here, it creates an automatic PNG of the little pieces so we can go back later and build other things in bigger pieces and long banners and that sort of thing. So, and then also we can put those things inside the Automizer and automatically mock everything up. All right, so I'm just giving you a little rundown of what, when we're doing this in Canva, what matters. All right, so here I'm going to edit this image, and because it's blue, I can go adjust the colors of it. And I can change some things about it. Now there is actually, let me see if it'll let me. Yeah, let's just go with the adjust here. Now it can adjust the whole image, or it can do the foreground, background based on like if you have something that has a foreground and background. I like for everything to be isolated. So you saw on the prompt where it says isolated on a white background. So what you would do, these already have the backgrounds cut out. However, you would go ahead and cut out that background so that you can use it as an element. All right, so now let's go edit and adjust. And here is a really cool feature. This is one of the newer features of Canva. You can go into this color, and guess what, y'all? Because I made that flower very blue, it only has one color to change here, right? And I'll show you one where it may have different colors. Like if I did, let's say for instance, this one. It has some green, some tan in there. Let's do that one and show you the difference. If I go to edit it and go to adjust, I'm going to come down here. See how it has the wheat color here? I could change the hue of the wheat color. See how it's changing? Now I do this in Photoshop a little bit easier, but I'm showing you how you can do it in Canva. What's up, Jennifer? Hey, hey. All right, so that's one way to change the color. Then I can go to the blues and I can say, okay, well, I want a lilac and rose color. You can also change the saturation. Do I want it hot pink or do I want it like a rose goldish kind of pink here? You can change the brightness. I can crank it up and make it have very, very high highlights, or I can bring it down and make it have very, very dark. And what this is called is like the luminosity or the brightness of it. So I can make it very dark. All right, and anything in between there. So that is what you could do for each flower. All right, so I want to show you all that you can do this in Canva. And what I would do is I would work on building my design first. So I'm going to put this design here just so I can build it. And then I'm going to send this to the back, go to layer, send to back. Now, I didn't intend on this being like an actual Canva class. I just wanted to show you basically how these things were developed. If you all are interested in a Canva class, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just rebuilding this design Just looking at where I have this rose, kind of rebuilding that background there. If you all are interested in Canva classes, who here, and you need to learn Canva, even if you're a Photoshop head, because I still use Canva. I don't use it for stuff like this though, because this is team too much for me. Y'all already know how I flow on the Photoshop side, but I understand that some people start here because it is much more user friendly, is mobile friendly, and for some, the fact that that it is mobile friendly makes it easier to do on the go. And Photoshop has a program, it's called Adobe Express, and that one is meant to be on the go as well. It has some of the very same features. And if y'all look what I'm doing here, I'm just taking this particular file. This is my stock. And also what y'all learn in the AI class, y'all learn different flowers. I'm learning about flowers. Why? Because I'm learning to design 30 to 100,000 and up events. Like my minimum is going to be 30K events. And in order to do that, I hired two mentors so that I could be on the fast track. Y'all, I don't play. That's why I say if you have somebody that can show you the way, show you the shortcut. Now I'm a beast on this design stuff, but events are not just about pretty designs. It's actually more about the flow, how efficient you can be, how effective you can be with the design and the production, because it is a full-on production. All right, so I'm taking these little pieces here. I'm going to use this big one here because my goal is to get the ones that are behind first. So y'all see I'm just kind of building this out. And then what I can do is I can take my big background image and pull the transparency down a little bit just to kind of see, am I doing what I need to do? I have a little rose here in the back. Let me add a rose. So the rose is still a rose. Baby girl, you're still a flower. All right. I'm building. Uh-oh. And I don't like that little crop thing either. Let's see. So do I have the majority of my background? Oh, I have a ranunculus. Yeah, I learned a new flower. It's called a ranunculus. I was messing that flower name up for a long time. I was like, that cumulonimbus cloud flower? No, it's a ranunculus. So like I said, have fun learning. Have fun with the process, y'all. Anything that I do that feels like work only feels like work because I'm not in love with the process. So y'all tell me something. While I'm over here designing and we just vibing right now, what are you in love with? It has to be something you're in love with. And when I say that, you know how you be in love with somebody and they can be the most aggravating and do the most aggravating things in the world, but you're just in love with them, right? What is like that in your life as far as your skill set? What are you so in love with? Like, it doesn't matter if it frustrates you. It doesn't matter if it costs a bunch of money to learn. It does not matter if, everybody else thinks you're a fool or you crazy for spending so much time involved with this thing. Because sometimes when we in love, it look like that too. It look like craziness. But what it really is, it's an extreme commitment and passion for a purpose. And I want y'all to tell me, what are those things for you? Or what is that one thing? Because usually you're only in love with like that one thing. And for me, it's not just creativity. It really is helping people. So the way that I help people is with my creativity, right? I literally leverage my creativity to help you all. I use it to help people see their ideas come to life. And that's why I'm in this event mode. And honestly, I'm in the event mode too, so I can bring you all a new tool. I can bring you something that says, hey, did you know that you can charge $3,000 just for digital design? Did you know? You don't even have to do the event at all. And one of my mentors, the last event she did, she paid her graphic designer that never had to show up to the event $3,000. So if y'all trying to get that kind of bread and y'all want to know how, I'm already in there taking notes for you, okay? So, so just so you know, we have an event that's coming up. One of the events that was broken down was $100,000 event, and I never opened up my understanding to even know that design without being a high-end painter or making sculptures that just caught on and became these. I never saw doing six figures or better just as a designer, y'all. So the fact that I'm teaching it and doing that, the fact that I'm able to help people and earn over $2 million over this time, like I'm still like, I don't feel like it's mine. I feel like it's ours. I keep putting it back into the machine, y'all. I keep investing it back into the machine, because y'all, we're going to liberate ourselves first, because you got to free yourself first. Then we're going to free our families, and then it's over. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? That's why we got the Craft to Quit program, because we out here crafting till it's quitting time. You hear me? All right. All right, so I think I have most of my elements here now. I can go ahead and bring in what I'm going to do for this background, though. Y'all, I am going to do this because I have this already ready already. I'm going to put the green leaves behind it here. Did I delete my green leaves? That sounds like something I would have done. Oh, I know why. Because I can make my green leaves. So what I'll do is I'll take. Let me see. I think I have my green leaves in here. I wanted to show y'all. Oh, there it is. So the leaves. So I'm going to take out the boho leaves and show y'all. I also have green leaves. So I'm going to just quick export that as PNG real quick, just so I have that so I can show y'all. All right. Upload files. And where are my leaves? Hopefully it doesn't take too long for them to upload. Okay, it's loading up over here on the side. All right, so I'm going to do the green leaves in the back just so it can go a little bit quicker. And then I have to build out my text here. So I'm going to grab my text. Oh, there it is. What paragraph text? And I'm just going to do the letter. So this one says welcome. I also have one that says big, because the whole idea is this one was going to say we can barely wait. So I'm going to do letter B. And Coach Treese has a whole course set up. So any template that you all get, the Canva template, it has a tutorial of how to upload your fonts, how to cut out backgrounds, all of that stuff in it as well. And it also has an actual template that you can edit. So let's see, for this one, let me see if I have this font in here. And if so, I think that one is CERA. I want to say I've already uploaded it. So let's see. Yep. So I've already uploaded this font. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask Coach Treese to do this because she does it way better than me. She's so much better at Canva than me. I'm just willing to go live and show y'all stuff, So we got to get here. If y'all see Coach Treese in these streets, let her know, Coach Treese, we need you to go live and show us some Canva. Encourage her because she's very helpful, very sweet, very knowledgeable. Oh, you know what? Before I do anything else, let me get this. Let me stop talking. Let me get this the format that I wanted first. I want it to be white. So I'm going to go to the color here and make it white. And I wanted to have a little bit of a drop shadow right? So that it pops off of this background. But the whole idea is that the flowers are very busy. So I don't want my text to be colored. I want my text to be white and clean and nice so that everything kind of pops out around it. So I'm going to go to my effects here. Let's add a little shadow, if you may. And let's go to the color and we're going to choose black. Okay. And let's make a little blur. Y'all see it coming through. Transparency, you can make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to pull it in just a little bit so it's not so far away. But the idea is that the drop shadow makes that white letter pop. Okay, so I've already done all of this in this Photoshop template. So y'all please don't go building this in Canva if you got the Photoshop template, because y'all already know it's a 5-minute template flip. Okay, and if you're in the Craft to Quit program, I turned it into an all over that has some very special features. If y'all see here, it's got like a little key over here, game changer for not just for designing this, but also for putting it into the Automizer, or also bringing these pieces over into our into Canva in order to do, for instance, an invitation design. Or if you're doing like the coloring books and you want all the different pages, that's actually best. I suggest that you do that in Canva, not in Photoshop. So there are some strengths of Canva and there's some strengths of Photoshop. And I tell you like it is, like how I would really use it, being that I'm someone who I make a lot of money on graphics, and I want y'all to make a lot of money on graphics too. I want, when somebody sits down and talks to you about designing their website, I want you to be able to say without stuttering, it's $3,000. No stutter needed, right? Because if you can get one person a month to pay you $3,000 to do something that would cause you a headache if you had 30 people doing it, and y'all, I don't even know if y'all charging $100 per pop. Do you see that the same effort can go into one project, do it really, really well, love what you're doing, use your superpowers, use that thing that you're in love with, because what happens, you fall out of love with it when you do it like it's labor. Y'all hear what I'm saying? When it becomes a job, when it feels like a 9 to 5, because in entrepreneurship, we got 24/7s. We don't have such thing as a 9 to 5. And a job, it's a 9 to 5. When your talent starts to feel like a job, it's because you are, number one, not charging enough, and number two, you don't have the right messaging that's letting your clients know that you have the experience to help them get the result and help them get their desired transformation. And you're not cheap, but you will be efficient and you will be effective. I'm just saying. Like, I done been through it, y'all. I done designed stuff for the free 99 just to get a t-shirt sale. So I am not above you. Please believe me. I'm just a little bit ahead of where you're at right now because I've already done it. I've already failed. I've already paid the tuition. And now, instead of you paying the tuition, I get to, you get to pay a little bit every month in the academy to realize how the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I have invested and the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I have lost. Y'all don't hear me. That's why I have two mentors right now, because y'all, I'm finna design me $100,000 event. I don't know about y'all. I'm finna design $100,000 event. And I have two mentors that help me get there faster. All right. Anyways, let me get back to this point of this Canva design. All right. So we got the B. Let's do, we're doing barely. So I'm not even looking at the design now. Or no, we should stick to the welcome. Why? Because I already have it here and I want to show y'all we can match it up. I'll be always trying to do something different. All right. So see how I matched it up there. So I'm just going to W. E. So I'm alt click and dragging. Guess what else you can alt click and drag in Photoshop? They got that from Photoshop. Okay. So alt click and drag, make a little copy of it. I got the E somewhere there. Now this one is a little weird because welcome has an odd number of letters. So you kind of have to squish that L on in there. So I'm not making this perfect, y'all, because like I said, this is going to be something that I have Coach Treese make into a template for y'all so that you can just quickly change it. Ooh, why am I changing the size? It's supposed to be the same size. All right, so boom. Actually, my size might be a little too big. That might be what that's telling me. I think it is. Yep. All right, there we go. That way I can fit those 3 letters there. All right, so let's keep it going. I just need 2 more, so I'm going to select those 2, alt click and drag. So that's going to be my C and my O. C, boom. And it needs to be a capital C. Let me just turn my caps lock on right now. C, and then O. Kind of put those in place. Boom, diddly, Do y'all miss these days when I used to design in front of y'all? Because I tell you what used to happen when I used to design in front of y'all would just be sitting there eating your popcorn, you know, and I'll be like, wait a minute, I'm showing y'all all this stuff. Anybody designing? Are y'all making this stuff? And y'all be like, shoo, no. So that's why I started making the templates, because I literally do spend hours, no lie. I spend hours creating designs for you all, because when you go into a design, all I want you to have to do is double click, change your colors, change your text, change your subject image. That's it. And you should be able to flip this in 5 minutes. Okay. That's my whole goal. So if you all want more design time, I'm thinking about, YouTube don't like me designing either live, because sometimes it's hours on hours and no champagne showers. Okay. And like I said, my YouTube views go down when I design live because it's a long time. All right. So what I may do, I don't know if I'm going to do a freebie Fridays. I don't know. But I may start taking some time and do more live design, and just like not put it up on YouTube so that it doesn't bring the views down and stuff. We'll see. All right, so now I'm gonna go to my I'm gonna go to my layers here, and let's see. For right now, because I know these are all my background flowers, I'm just going to go ahead and group them. So I'm going to hold down Shift, grab all of those, do Control G. Guess where else you could do Control G? In Photoshop. It's the same thing. So that's what y'all like, I'm scared of Photoshop. If you can do Canva, y'all listen to me. If you can deal with Canva, you can deal with Photoshop. I promise you. Just if you don't want to take my word for it, just come to our live class on Wednesday. You could pay $97 and come to the live class one time, or you could pay $97 with the gold membership and come to all 4 classes for the month. Just try it, y'all. I promise you ain't got nothing to be afraid of. We help you have success the whole way through. All right, so I got my background flowers. I got the welcome up front. Now what I'm going to do is start building the flowers on top of that. So I'm going to take this background image. Stop playing with me and go ahead and come to the front. Layer. Bring to the front. All right. And then I'm going to also have to make it opaque again. So I'm going to change the transparency, bring it up. Now, listen, I never took any Canva class. The only reason why I know how to use Canva is because I know how to use Photoshop. So I cannot tell you, well, I can tell you how many opportunities Photoshop has opened up for me in my life since I was a kid, since I was in high school. Photoshop opened up opportunities for me to learn screen printing. I became, as a sophomore in high school, I became the editor-in-chief of the newspaper. That is usually reserved for a senior. I was the first sophomore ever to be editor-in-chief of a newspaper. I'm just saying. It is because I knew Photoshop. I taught myself from the help files, y'all. Other ways, I made money in high school, designed t-shirts, designed banners, designed backdrops. I designed people's logos. All my daddy's friends would come to us for graphic design. The kids. So I learned how to make money as a kid doing this stuff. I'm just saying. Another way. Look, I didn't know this was going to turn into story time. I don't know. Maybe Freebie Friday might be story time with a little design in mind. Another way Photoshop opened up doors for me. I started out in fashion design, right? I did fashion design and textiles at Florida State University. I was able to do all my mock-ups where everybody else could only draw things. I did all my mock-ups in Photoshop. So when I wanted fabrics and prints and details and shadows and all that stuff, I rendered it in Photoshop. No problem. I learned 3D design because I knew Photoshop. So I learned how to operate inside of these kind of design softwares. I actually helped someone win an invention competition because of my PowerPoint, of the PowerPoint slide, because I used Photoshop. Nobody back then, PowerPoints were all crazy. Like, what was this, 2004, 2005? So PowerPoints were real plain back then. Y'all know, if y'all know what PowerPoint is. Now that y'all got Canva, y'all might not know what PowerPoint is. But some of my OGs in here, y'all know exactly what PowerPoint is. But what I would do is I would design their backgrounds, and I would design their cover images for their PowerPoints all in Photoshop. Then I would bring it in to excuse me, I would bring it into the PowerPoint. And when I tell you they had some fire presentations, oh baby, they won a $50,000 competition. And they said, you know what it was, Shannon? I ain't even gonna hold you. It was the PowerPoint. It sold them. I was like, wait a minute, what? Now, and the invention was cool. It was a baby bottle. Y'all listen to this. This is how time flies. It was a baby bottle that that played music, like soothing music for the baby. So it was like a little speaker thing that you put the baby bottle. It was a baby bottle warmer, and the warmer played music. Y'all, they just not making that kind of stuff now, the tumblers with the music on it and stuff. So anyways, that was circa 2005 or so. Photoshop has opened doors for me. And it's not just Photoshop. Let me be clear. It is my skill and my desire to hone that skill that has taken me that far. Photoshop got me a job with, well, it didn't get me the job with Lockheed Martin because I had an engineering background. I didn't tell y'all how I switched from fashion design, ended up doing an engineering master's degree. Listen, that's a whole nother story. They saw how talented I was with my designs and just how innovative I was, because that's one thing Photoshop would teach you to be, is innovative, because you can make anything that you can imagine. I'm trying to tell you. So I ended up getting a full scholarship plus a stipend. Like, they paid me to come to the research center and make things with 3D scanners and 3D printers. And I made carbon fiber UAVs and ballistic vests. Like, I made them from the materials and the resins and the fibers. So literally, it got me an engineering master's degree while I was still in my bachelor's degree for textiles. Fast forward, y'all, this is no lie. Fast forward, it got me an opportunity in a PhD program for engineering. Now, wait a minute, Shannon, you said you was going to be a fashion designer. You was in journalism. I was journalism. Then I was fashion design. Then I became textiles. I got recruited by engineering. And lo and behold, the very thing I said I was not going to go to college for, because I was like, look, I did all my time. I served my time with my high school degree, my high school diploma. I was like, look, I was almost a straight A student everywhere that I went. I had a 4.13 GPA. And I was like, when I go to college, I'm going to do something fun that I'm passionate about. Yeah. And then my daddy was like, yeah, you don't want to be a broke artist. So just figure out whatever you do it at the top level. So eventually I ended up getting recruited into engineering, learning how systems work. I had no background in engineering, none, zero. But I was able to be one of the top in my class, did research projects where I thought out of the box on every single project I did. I even invented some things in college, didn't patent them, but I did invent some things. And then ended up doing a internship. It was an internship. I think they call it. It wasn't an assistantship. It was, I forget what it's called, but it's kind of like an internship at Lockheed Martin where they pay you like $25 an hour as long as you're a PhD student, and you get to work there. So as I was working there, like, everybody was doing the boring stuff, like inputting stuff into Excel. I would develop a system using Access and not Excel so that I could get 2 weeks worth of work done in like 2 hours. But then I would, like, while I was there, they had this library, Linda. and I would learn on the job. Like I would learn, I already knew Photoshop. I learned some web design. I learned some user interface design. I learned, like, basically I'm a learning, like, nonstop learner, right? So they asked about, like, hey, Shannon, you said you could do PowerPoint. You think you could do this PowerPoint for us? And it was a manual. Like they wanted a manual for a training manual, because Lockheed Martin is all about training. And I was like, okay, cool. So they gave me the basic parameters, and it literally was like a PowerPoint slide that just had information. I was like, can we make this interactive? Can we make it so that if they click on an answer, if it's the wrong answer, it goes to this slide. If it's the right answer, it goes to this slide. And when I tell you, I had that thing so doctored up between Photoshop, and because I had learned those advanced techniques by those Linda videos, I learned advanced techniques in Photoshop. I turned it into an interactive manual that took people to the right or wrong answer. If they got the wrong answer, it made them go back to the module. If they got the right answer, they got to go forward. When I tell you they wanted to keep me for life, and I was like, no, don't this. I got to make this business run from scratch and go into debt 30,000 times because I love what I do. Listen, anyways, it all comes full circle because now I get to teach you all. I had an opportunity. I finally finished my PhD. Had a lot of things, a lot of family things happen in that time. A lot of things that were supposed to take me out of this world, y'all, literally were supposed to kill me in that time. And come full circle, this is one of these really, really pivotal moments in life where the kids needed me. Crazy situation. I don't like to give the details of that crazy situation, but it required me to be present. And I remember asking God, just finished my PhD. Y'all wasn't even happy in my graduation photos. My daddy wasn't there. My daddy was the whole reason I even got a PhD. And I didn't even want to walk because he wasn't there. So I made this little ribbon thing that had pictures of him on it, and it was like a brooch. It kind of looked like a Gucci kind of design, but it had pictures in it. I gotta show y'all that someday. Anyway, so I wore that on my gown so that he was with me during that celebration, and I looked into becoming a professor, which was supposed to be exciting. You know, $120,000 salary. There is less than 1% of the faculty in the engineering profession, whereas Black females are actually tenure professors. So that was supposed to be my track. I've always in my whole life been, in this less than 1% field. And I'm cool with that, right? Because that just means I'm different. I love the challenge of that. But when the situation happened with my family, it brought me to where I had to physically be there. And I had to choose between being there for my family or pursuing that career. And all I did was I asked God, like, what I would do is I would go up to McDonald's with my laptop, just like I'm in this hotel right now. And I would go on YouTube and show you all how to design, just like I'm showing you how to design right now. And that brought me so much peace. And I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to tell y'all tonight, or I'm supposed to be designing this Canva file. Y'all let me know which one you want me to do. Y'all want me to finish telling the story, or you want me to finish designing this Canva file right now? It ain't rude. You can say, hey, Shannon, I didn't come here for the stories. I came here for the Canva. What's up? Okay. I don't know. I don't see any response yet. I promise I won't get mad. If y'all say get back to the Canva, I'll get back to the Canva. But that's why I said tonight, I want you to tell me what it is that you're in love with. Let me tell you how I knew I was in love with not just designing, because I can design all day, any day for anybody. I was in love with the fact that it was helping you all and it was serving a purpose. And I was like taking people that just said, oh no, I'm scared of Photoshop. Y'all, my first one-on-one clients were 60-year-old Black women who was telling me, hey, Shannon, I know I'm creative. I know I got some fire ideas in this head of mine. I can't get it to fruition. Nobody will teach me Photoshop, because who's going to teach Photoshop to me at this age and at this point in my life? I want to retire, but I want to retire with a business, right? So I said, okay, I would go up to McDonald's. I would have one-on-one sessions. And then I would I would do these lives so that I could show everybody. So I always had something for free, something paid. Just like right now, this is my free stuff. I give y'all all kind of good gems with the free stuff, but I also had to create a paid lane. So let this be a message for you too. I had to take care of myself and my family, so I have to create a paid lane as well. Okay, you all have to take care of yourselves and your family. Create a paid lane for what it is that you do, because what you do at this point already has value. As you're paying for resources, as you're paying for your Innate Academy membership, as you're paying for templates, as you're paying for $5,000 classes to learn how to do these elite events and stuff, as you're paying for those things, add a price onto what you're charging. Because at this point in time, it's your investment. Your skill set is elevated. So what happened was I just started helping people, and that help turned into money. And I said, well, God, okay, I didn't think about this, but this little YouTube thing works out, and I can just earn $40,000 for the whole year. I will forsake my $120,000 pretty much guaranteed paved way as an engineering professor, PhD, and I will serve in this capacity because I can serve my community that can earn me way more. The reason why I say earn me more is because when I get that professorship job, I'm earning a salary just for me, right? Of course, I can inspire young minds, but those young minds, I'm telling you, are different than the minds that we're doing right now. Like they have the privilege already built in. They already know they're going to get jobs. What I wanted to do is I wanted to liberate my community. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to liberate my creatives. I wanted to liberate the beautiful women who were literally looking at me like, hey, Shannon, if you can't teach me Photoshop, I don't know where I'm going to learn it. And I was like, okay, bet. You need me. I put on my cape. I got on YouTube Live barefoot in the kitchen showing y'all how to sublimate, go up to McDonald's with people flipping burgers in the background, and I don't care. When you get in that position where you don't care, you just want to serve, you just want to do your thing, you have that connection with God, and it's so strong that nobody can break that concentration. That is what you were designed to do. And when I say designed to do, it's because it's purposeful. And God put into us to create, right? So I need y'all to tell me this tonight, because I need to know that I'm still talking to the people that are motivated by this message, because otherwise I could go do the corporate thing. I could design in the background. I don't have to pop up and be here, right? I need to know that this is helpful to you all. This is helping you uncover something. It's helping you develop a skill. It's helping you build your own freedom, right? I love you too, Tampa Barbecue Queen. Oh, that's Tampa the Crafty Queen. Love you too. Listen, for real. I love y'all for real. I say that all the time. I love y'all for real. And I want you to love what you do. I want you to love the customers that you have. I want you to love, and they're not customers. I want you to love the community that you create. And that's what your business is. It's the community. It's the community of people that you serve. And when you treat it like that, when you see it like that, money has no choice but to come. Money has no choice but to come when you are serving. And I promise you that. Y'all, I promise you that. So tell me, what is the thing? What is that thing that you will stay up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just learning, just putting your hands on, just putting your mind on? And for some of us, it may not even be crafting. It could be baking cakes. It could be writing. Some people, believe me, this. Somebody said, well, I'm not a creative because I like organization. I like structure and creating systems and Excel sheets and all of that. That's a beautiful mind. That is one of the most creative minds. Mathematical minds, minds that work with words, like black and white letters, like you see that, like art, like music, those notes on the page, or the fact that you can hear something and make people feel it. That's all creativity. So all I want you to do is promise me that you will lock in. Not just tap in, because tap in, yeah, I checked on it today. Not just tap in, but lock in to your creative gift. Lock into your creative superpower. And if you promise me that, I promise to stay here and help you hone that creative superpower. I promise you that. I promise you that. But if I feel like, hey, this is just so commercial, they don't even care no more about this. If everybody just, want to make designs, want to make money, they don't really want to serve. If I feel like that, then I can't keep doing this. And neither should you. If you feel like what you're doing is not actually serving God, it's not actually serving your purpose, it's not actually taking what gift God gave to you, and you're able to spread that. If you're not able to spread that love, that compassion that you have for people and what you do and how you helping them, then you're in the wrong business. You're in business, but you're in the wrong business. Figure out that thing that makes you tick, because if it makes you tick, by God, I promise you, it's going to make a million other people tick. And all you need is 1,000 true fans, 1,000 true fans to be a 6-figure earner. That's it. And some even less than that, depending on how niche you are. Listen, I'm about to make this a one true fan. As long as I have one true fan that gives me an event every single year at $100,000, I'm okay with that. All right, let me get back to designing, y'all. I did not know I was going to do that. I'm sure I'm at this hotel. I'm yelling. These people probably next door to me like, shut up. Well, maybe they saying preach. I don't know. Either way, it don't matter because I'm locked in. All right, so let me go ahead and pull these elements in the front, y'all. I really do love y'all. I love y'all. Now I see why my daddy used to yell. Listen, my daddy had so much understanding of our capabilities that I would be like, daddy, I don't have the machines. He'd be like, go get that government grant, because all this designing you're doing. Oh Lord, daddy's gonna have another field day when I make this money with government grants. Go out and get your government grant. I see these people, they have $200,000 contracts because he worked at the federal prison for changing out the light bulbs at this federal prison. You don't think you can go out there and make these shirts, these uniforms suck, and you can make these things? And I'm like, daddy, I don't have the equipment. I looked up some of the grants. And now the thing is, I knew how to find them. I'm a very resourceful person. He taught me that. But I was like, it says it's a $900,000 contract, but I don't have all those big printers, and I don't have this equipment. He said, if they gave you $900,000, you don't think you could buy that $30,000 printer? I was like, Listen, I'm going to do y'all how my daddy did me growing up, because it allowed me to understand that there are no limitations except for the ones that you impose upon yourself. And if you tell yourself you can, or you tell yourself you cannot, either way, you are correct. So what I would prefer for you to do is I would prefer for you to say, how can I? And not I can't. How can I and not I can't? Because that, whatever you believe what serves you. So let me ask y'all this. Some of y'all, and I'm over here designing. Maybe this is therapeutic for me. I don't know. Maybe this is therapeutic for you. I don't know. Let me know. Because if this is how we need to do our Freebie Fridays, I'm cool with that too. If you tell yourself, oh, my designs aren't good enough, and I don't know if I really want to put that out there yet, because so-and-so designs better than me, and I just don't know if people are going to like what I do. Let me ask y'all something. Anything that you've put out, have you ever had somebody just, your biggest fear, I'm going to tell you what some of your biggest fears are. I'm going to flip this one. So I'm going to flip it, boom, horizontal, and then I'm going to rotate it. So your biggest fears is, oh, they're not going to like my design. They're going to hate it, or I'm going to do a really horrible job. That's some of your biggest fears. Even when I didn't get something right, which is very, very, very rare, I never had anybody cuss me out. I never had anybody say, ooh, child, that's just, ooh, is that really, that's your... I've never, ever, 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 ever had that happen in life, even as I was learning and growing. So some of you, that's your biggest fear. And what I want you to do is I need you to make a column of your biggest fears. All right. What are those biggest fears on the left-hand side? And then the right-hand side, I want you to put down there the probability of that happening, or put the probability of the opposite happening. Is it more likely that somebody's going to look at your design and say, oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, you just took my uncle just passed away and you just made me feel so amazing in this moment when I look at this memorial design. Do you get that type of reaction, or have you ever gotten that? And that, is it more common? Is it more likely that you're going to get a, ugh, I don't like that. Like, how dare you design that for me? How even if it's constructive, listen, when somebody gives you a complaint, I'm gonna tell you what a complaint means, that somebody has confidence that you actually can perform what it is that they feel that you can do. So if somebody ever says, you know what, that's not quite what I was looking for, but I mean, it's nice, but it's not quite what I was looking for. Can you send me something back? If they're giving you that, or even if they just complain like, girl, your customer service is not all of that. I had a really tough time trying to get this order done. And it's just not it. It's not it. If they complain to you, that means that they trust you to be able to make a change and do something better and different. So we can't have that fear of that kind of input, okay? Because that's what it is. It's input. But I will tell you this, I done had somebody I just never ordered from again because I was like, ooh, that was trash. I ain't even like, because I never had the confidence that they were going to fix it. So I never complained about it. Now, something I have complained about is because I trust you to set it up right. I know you're going to crush it. You just don't know you're going to crush it yet. So I'm waiting on you to wake up and realize that I trust you. And that's why I'm complaining right now. That's why I'm giving you constructive criticism right now. That flower over there on the side is too big. Do something about that. I trust that you can do it. Now, if I don't tell you anything about it and I just go have somebody else design it for me, then I didn't trust that you could do it. And that's not a bad thing either, because you're growing and you're learning. It's a part of the process. How many of us just woke up knowing how to ride a bike? Come on. Anything that you want to master, takes at least 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours to master it. But some of y'all, maybe you don't want to master it. You just want to do it enough to make a little check. And that's okay too. But what I'm telling you with that is that you can't be telling me you want to master something, but you're not putting your work out there. You can't tell me you want to master something and you're not actually performing. You got to at least put it out there. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Now I'm going to tell y'all when I stepped up. I stepped up when, people say, let your faith be bigger than your fear. And sometimes we need a push to do that. I stepped up when I didn't have a choice, when I didn't have an option, when I knew that my family was going to suffer if I did not do the thing. So sometimes we don't do things until we must, right? So if you're not in an opportunity, in a situation where you must do it at this point in time, maybe you are tripping a little bit. Maybe you aren't doing what you're really supposed to be doing. And maybe you need that kick in the behind. And that's not uncommon either. But when you feel it, when you see that darkness and you know there's no way out but to create the tunnel for yourself, you will create it. And unfortunately, for most of us, it has to be to help and to save somebody else. That's how it usually works. Because we'll put on our cape, we'll rev up our superpowers to save the ones that we love, but we won't do it for ourselves. And I'm telling you, you can do it for yourself, but just pay attention to whether that's something that you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring this transparency down for the bigger image now, just so I can see what I'm working with. Yeah, go ahead and bring some things behind and some things in front of, like this one right here. I want to bring below the C. Y'all, this is exactly how I did this in Photoshop. Bring that below the C. What else? I think this one right here was below the O. All right, we getting there. We in there. We in there. Let me bring my little greens in here. All right, so listen, I done preached to y'all. I'm only supposed to be on this thing for an hour. And I have to get up very early in the morning for this event too. So I want to make sure that I am respecting my time. But we are going to get through this. All right, so this looks pretty much like that other design. I don't know if y'all expected us to get it that close here in Canva. Now what I'm going to do is do a couple of things here. One, because everything is blue, I'm just going to grab everything together and just go ahead and group it. You can do Control G just like in Photoshop. So I'm grouping this, and then that way when I go to the effects of it, private group, I'm going to save this as a PNG so I can show you how you can globally change the blues. And then, well, let's see, let me ungroup. Before I show you how to globally change the blues, let me show you how, if you wanted some of the flowers to be, let's say for instance, let's see, that one is going to be blue. We could do blue and pink because maybe it's like a gender reveal, right? And let's go over to our adjustment. Now I want you to pay attention to how you adjust this. So what we're going to do, take that color and let's make it pink. Make it a little bit lighter. Bring the saturation down because I want it a little bit duller pink. So you just have to know a little bit of color theory. The hue is the actual base color, right? Is it a Roy G. Biv? Y'all know all the colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet, right? That's what the hue is. And I'm going to get it a little pink right there. Saturation is it pretty much grayed out? Like, is it no tint of color whatsoever? Some people call that like a tint. How much of that color is really there? And here, I will call this the saturation is if you were, let's say you're dyeing a white piece of fabric, or I was dyeing some feathers for my dress that I'm wearing tomorrow. So the saturation would be, does it have a little bit of potency to that dye, or does it have a punchy, like this is going to be the ultimate highest saturation of this color that is imaginable, right? So if I want more of a, like an olive green is not saturated, but a emerald green is very highly saturated. That's the part of color theory, right? So I want my saturation down because I want to kind of be more like a rose gold kind of pink, which is more gray than it is pink, okay? Now with the brightness, I could bring it all the way down if I want it to be deep, deep dark. Like your hunter greens, your navy blues, your plum colors, those are down here at the negative brightness. But if I want something to be fresh and lighter, your pastels could be here as well in the brighter. And then sometimes you just want a little bit more highlight here. And I'm going to go a little brighter there, right there. Okay, so you could keep an eye on these numbers here, because all of my blues, I made all of these flowers specifically for you all. I made them the same color blue. So I did that for you all. Now, what I'm thinking about doing for Freebie Friday, because y'all stuck through my stories and stuff, I'm thinking about giving you these assets that I have here for Canva, and then that way you can learn how to build this file yourself. And then that way you're learning how to do the color theory, how to change the flower colors, all of that stuff. But know that I still did prep work. After I got this out of AI, I cleaned up the background. I made it like a single color blue so that if I changed my colors, everything would change, okay? So just want to let y'all know that. All right, so also I'm going to do here, I'm going to see, I've never done this before. I'm going to see if this function works. Give me my pink flower. Let me zoom in a little bit. Control plus zooms in just like in Photoshop. I'm trying to tell you, if y'all know Canva, y'all know Photoshop. And you can do so much more. All right, let me go to, I want the image position. Where's my pink flower? Just for right now, I'm going to bring it to the top. I want to see if I can do something here. I've never done this before, but I like to test things. So I'm going to see if I can copy that layer style with the pink one and paste it there. Boom! Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry I yelled in your face. I didn't know that was going to work. So what happened was the blend mode changes. Well, those aren't blend modes. That would be like hue saturation changes. So we changed the, we went to edit. We went to our adjust. And then we adjusted the hue, saturation, and brightness. HSB is what that's called. We have the same thing in Photoshop. That's how we did it on the Photoshop side. However, we change it globally, meaning that all of our flowers are going to change at one time. Now, I just found a little shortcut, y'all. So we can take those colors that we propagated, and we would have to copy. So I'm going to close out of this, hit that little copy style. And let's say I want, now the thing is, sometimes I can't get to this stuff. See how I don't like in Canva, I can't touch what I want to touch because it's stuff in front of it and I just can't right click and get the layer and stuff. That is something that's not kind of working in my favor right now. So what I'll do is I will have to bring it to the front, unfortunately. Anything that I want to make pink, I will have to bring to the front and then change it. So see, I want to do that one. That's my Snapdragon. Y'all, I'm learning my florals. I hope y'all know I'm going to be coming up. All right, so maybe this one blue, that will be pink. So I can copy that one, make it pink. And then I want that one to be blue. So I'm going to copy that style. I guess it doesn't work if I need to take the style off. Yeah, it didn't work to take the style off. So then this one, I would have to go back to edit, adjust, and then you just hit reset adjustments. All right, y'all, look at this. All right, so the bow, okay, so on the bear, same idea. I could take the color adjustments that I did here, and boom, there it is on the bear. Now, like I said, I taught y'all some principles tonight that nobody else is teaching y'all. When you develop your AI art, if you develop it in blue hues, you tell it to develop blue flowers and blue this and wearing a blue tie or a blue dress. For instance, there's my couple, right? I'm going to copy this layer style and I'm going to put it onto my couple. Boom. Bim yow. Okay. Now, what I also want to do is show you, I don't know if I want to show y'all this tonight. Yes, this is, let me see. I'm going to show y'all how to do this in Photoshop. Let's say I'm going to make this one. I'm going to do a purple. So for those who are in Craft to Quit, oh, I forgot I have the caps lock on. P-U-R-P-L-E. I can't spell purple. All right, so I'm going to change it to purple. Cool. I'm going to show you all you have to do with this and all it can create with a few clicks, okay? So I'm going to take my color number 1. I'm going to make it purple. Duplicate that layer. Boom. And then I'm going to go to, doing a pastel purple. I'm going to go with more like let's go with a pure purple. I don't know, that light purple is kind of like that light purple. All right, let's go ahead and go with that one. And the Photoshop file is going to do a little something for us. And I'm glad. I want you to love what you do, but I want you to be able to be efficient and effective. Like when I get aggravated with stuff in Canva or Photoshop, I figure out systems and ways to do stuff. That's the name of the game for me. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave color number 2 alone because I want it to kind of have the natural flowers as well. But I want you to see how quick this is gonna change out. We did a little bit of this in AI, I mean not AI class, but in Photoshop class this week. Remember when we had the big image, the bouquet? So now you see how my flowers, my purple flowers automatically change. I'm gonna go down here to this one, which is my Snapdragon. And actually what I'm gonna do is all I have to do is come over here on this side and replace these images. So actually I'm gonna show y'all what happens with this Photoshop file. I'm gonna show y'all why we rock and we roll. See how it automatically creates this asset folder for me? All right, let me show y'all a little something. Okay, remember we have to go in Canva, we have to change each of those elements. Well, your girl did a little something for you. I'm gonna let y'all see what it says. So I'm looking for accent 1 here. Boom. Bear already in purple. Change it out, keep it moving. So for my Craft to Quit crew, y'all gonna love this template. I put some extra hours in this. I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all know I already put hours into developing the templates, but I put some extra hours into this because I wanted it to be perfect for you all to bring into the Automizer. And if I have a moment, I'll show you all the components that came from the Automizer. But what I wanted to do here, so everything that's blue here, all I'm doing is going here, looking for the name. So the 035 Rose, boom, boom, boom. That's my ranunculus. Where my rose? It's a space. And then the word rose. Oh, I think I saw it. I'm dealing with these little screens, y'all. I'm used to my big screens. So y'all, please forgive me if I'm looking at this screen where if all y'all see is my shiny forehead, please forgive the shiny forehead. All right. I'm over here, this dark, ill lit room and all this stuff with the slow internet. Just know I love y'all. All right, so now I'm just gonna go down here, down the side here. Anything that's blue, I'm going to. Now I need my ranunculus. And like I said, usually I could preview these, but because I'm on this internet right now, it's tussling with me. Let's see, 035 ranunculus. But the fact that this is a system, I don't even have to see the files and I know exactly what to put here. And then this is ranunculus 1. Boom. I got my dark purple there. Now, I want to show y'all what this is going to do for me for my mock-up game. That stock one. So let me go to stock one. One more. Snapdragon. I hope y'all are having fun learning about these flowers and stuff too, because I've been doing a lot of research on flowers just to bring to the AI classes and the Photoshop designs. And it is like, I'm finding it very interesting, like learning how different combinations work together, that sort of thing. So I'm turning into a little flower head, y'all. All right, so I'm going to close that up now. These are all of my elements. I can go ahead and close up my bouquet because my bouquet is done. So it's going to put my bouquet into that folder. I got some words here. So y'all check this out. Baby, menu, barely. I got the horizontal version of it, and see how it automatically changed out all of my little colors of my image here. Y'all can't tell me y'all finna do all that in Canva. So if you got the Canva, you already got the skills for Photoshop. I'm just saying. All right, so also we can barely wait, or it also could say We can barely wait. It could say baby last name. So welcome baby last name, that sort of thing. So y'all, this is already built into the template. It changed the colors automatically. Even with my image here, what I do for this one is I do the hue saturation change here. So that's going to make it do the baby blue thing. That's going to make it be blush pink. I'm going to duplicate the blush pink one and show y'all how this HSB works in Photoshop. So double click on the adjustment layer there. Choose the blues and the cyans. I'm going to choose the cyans right now. And if you don't know which color to choose, you just hit this little finger pick right here. And you will, oh, I got to turn this blend mode off. And let me pick it there. Those are cyans. So I'm going to double click here. I go to my master, and I'm not going to change them globally. I'm only going to change the cyans. This is why I tell y'all to make things with people wearing blue. Why? Because it's very little blue in your skin tone. If I made her in a pink dress, every time I shift that pink, it's going to shift their skin tone too, and they're going to look like crazy aliens. Okay? So now if I'm just shifting the cyans, I can get her in that gold. I can get her in green. I can get her towards a purple. I can change the saturation. Does this sound like the same thing that's in Canva? Y'all wonder where Canva get it from? It's Photoshop. I'm just telling y'all, if you want to rock with the best as far as designing your large scale projects. Now, the reason why I say this too, because Canva's going to have some limitations when you get ready to do the banners, the backdrops, the large format stuff, which can really, that's the stuff that makes you a lot of money. It's going to have some limitations there unless you're working with vector art and unless you're doing everything with SVGs. You are not going to be able to get those high-end clients that really want the like the best non-pixelated images, because you can only go so big right now in Canva. Matter of fact, I tried to bring this file over earlier, this background, and it was like, nah, your background too big. It has to be under 50 megabytes or so, yeah, I think it has to be under 50 megabytes. Where you're designing people's stages and you're designing big backdrops and banners and that sort of thing, you can't get away with not having the professional software that's going to get the better graphics. So that's why I just want y'all to know what you're doing in Canva, do it. Like, do it to its fullest. But understand also that there are going to be some better tools that you're going to have to invest in later. So if while I'm still teaching Photoshop, because I don't know how long I'm going to be teaching Photoshop, y'all, listen, when I'm out here designing these big old events, I don't know if I'm going to have time to teach no Photoshop. And even if I don't, I will find someone to come in and teach for us. But while you have me as your teacher for Photoshop, make sure that you're investing in this skill set, because this skill set is going to take you so far. And I can't even begin to explain to you. I already began to explain to you some of the ways that that Photoshop has put me in some very very lucrative, and sometimes not just the lucrative positions. It's put me in places to really shine and show off and stand out from any, quote unquote competitor. Let's see. I want to change this bouquet. There we go. Now. Yeah, that hue saturation adjustment layer is a game changer. But that's what we do in Photoshop class too. So if you really are a hands-on person, you don't know Photoshop yet, if you come to the live class on Wednesday, this is the type of stuff we're literally doing this every single Wednesday. Okay, it's simple enough, but we also teach you some of the advanced concepts as well. So this looks really good to me. I think I'm ready. It says welcome now, but guess what? I'm going to go to welcome, and I wanted to say, let me go to the L here. I'm going to turn off my auto select now, because if you have auto select on and you're dealing with lots of layers, it frustrates you to no end. All right, so now I wanted to say, remember before while I was trying to make it say barely, we can barely wait. So BE Now I'm gonna turn on my ear, Bear, Bearly. All right, barely. And then I have some other text in here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my we can barely wait. Which one is it? There we go. All right, so we can barely wait. Now what happens? This foreground image updates. So while it used to say welcome, now it says we can barely wait. So what I'm going to tell y'all for my craft to quit crew, you can go to the back here behind the auto save, because this is automatically saving these components. It's magic. I'm just going to describe it as magic. Okay. Foreground, I'm going to put barely. I'm just going to put barely. Okay. It will automatically regenerate the regular foreground. So if I go back now and I change this foreground to something else, like the welcome, then it will make a welcome version of it. So that is how I get the different iterations of what I wanted to say, because I have we can barely wait. Then I also want to save not just the foreground, but one of my favorite parts to save is just the vertical text by itself. And I'll show y'all in the Automizer how I use this. Barely. I'm looking for vertical text. So this vertical text says barely. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll make one that says barely. I'll make one that says baby, B-A-B-Y, because the back of the shirt is going to say baby last name. And then I'll make one that says welcome. And I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to hold y'all much longer, because we've already been on this thing 37 minutes longer than I promised. And y'all, right now, in order to get the freebie folder, give me just a moment and I'll get that ready for you. So hang tight with me. I know y'all are still there. And I know this signal is on 1 bar for internet service. So thank you for still hanging on with me, even though I may be lagging. Let me show you what this looks like for the client. Okay. So for the client, the way that this file works with the Automizer, and I'll show you the Automizer in a moment, but let's say this is my baby blue. I have my assets. So the assets are like the things that automatically export out of the design file. So this is my design master that we're in right now. This is my design master file. It put out all of this blue stuff, right? Then I put them into the Automizer as my elements, and I'll show y'all that in a little bit. Oh, I didn't finish pulling all this in. Let's do the pink. So the pink is already done. All right, so elements takes your colors. You input this into the Automizer, and then it will save all of these components. Then you have your mockups. Okay, so if you wanted to do the we can barely wait dress, cupcake toppers, your floor wraps, gift bags, Capri Suns. What else will be popular here? Your invitations. Now this one, remember I said I put the word, so I had 4. I had menu, baby, welcome, and barely. And you see how I'm able to use those in different places. So now my menu could be there. What else was popular here? The pillows, right? You want to do pillows for the event. Make one that says baby, so-and-so's last name. And then that way they have it for life, right? There's something that they can keep on as a keepsake. The plate automatically updates. All of that stuff automatically creates. It even creates like a graduation stole, even though it's not graduation. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these products don't make sense for the product, but it will automatically create them if you go ahead and save those. I saved them because I'm making this a bigger file for you all. The table runner, which is easy to do with a satin table runner. There 99% of satin table runners are going to be polyester, which means they can be sublimated. Or you can do a printed banner where you go to stickersbanners.com. I gave y'all 4 over. You also have Banner Buzz. Those are 3 of the top websites that I would use for printing out the vinyl banners. And you can use vinyl banners as that would be an inexpensive one to do there. But if you're going to do that, I say go with the fabric. 4 over and Banner, no, yeah, 4 over and Banner Buzz. I just ordered some fabric table runners for Dr. Bobby Price's event, and I'll show y'all that all the stuff that I did for that too. But they were about, when I ordered 3 of them, it ended up being about $35 a piece. Fabric that I did not have to press that long behind piece of fabric. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know if y'all hear, but what I charge for them is $100 a piece. So let me help y'all understand this where I want you to go. A $37 table runner, I charge $100 for. I did not touch it. It drop shipped to my customer like magic. And I still make the $100 off of a design that I was already using on all kind of other stuff. So did I have to design that? I actually, the table runner requires a little slight design because it's longer. So you have to kind of put some things in position. So what I'm saying is, let me show you better than I can tell you, because my Fridays is, listen, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you every Friday. Let's see here. I want to go. And let me see, which one was I working in last? Yeah, I've been testing this thing out. When I tell you, I have been testing. Let me see what's in this one. 4. Okay, this is the one that I did that was brown. So I want y'all to see this has a lot of different, here, I'll open up both of these so you can see what I'm talking about. This is what the Automizer is. Now you can mock up your stuff in Canva as well, but it is a lot of manual steps. So even if you design your stuff in Canva and you brought over those elements, you would be able to mock them up much faster in Photoshop. So if you that would be a time saver and a game changer. All right, so I'm just showing you that regardless of, like, you have teacher, mother, for Mother's Day, you have things for the home. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see what some of these things are. All right, so these are some of the collections that I already started. Also, if you want to do that archway, then that's even another way that you can use the pieces that come out of the design. Just rearrange them and make yourself an archway. Now I have that as a template as well. All right, so that one, and then let me show you. Now this is what I would actually automate. Like if I'm going to create all of my products, I'm going to do this. I create a save as version of my vault. And then I only drag and drop the things that I want onto the artboard. So like for this one, it's got all the party stuff that I'm going to recommend to that customer for their baby shower. And then I will, there's a special function inside of the Automizer that creates PNGs of everything that you see here. It creates PNGs of the printable. It creates PNGs of the mock-up. And that's what I meant to show you as well. While I was in that folder. All right, so those are my mock-ups. And then these are my printables. So I want to print the cupcake topper. It also creates my printables. So a lot of times what you're doing is you're doing double work. You're designing the thing, and then you got to drop it into a mock-up. Then if they want to change, you got to redesign it and redrop it into the mock-up. This is literally doing all of that stuff simultaneously. That's your Rice Krispie treat there. If you're doing the ribbon, it's already in there. Socks. Your water bottle label, automatically propagated. Okay. So even if you're designing in Canva, even if that is where your safe place is. Just imagine mocking all of these things up in Canva. And you don't have to imagine it, because I will listen, I'm going to meet you where you are. I did that when I started teaching Photoshop. I'll do that while teaching Canva. If you really want to learn how to do Canva, and you have not been convinced to come over to Photoshop yet, then I'm going to work on. I don't know how long it's going to take me, y'all, because I'll be dragging my feet on this Canva stuff. But I do understand that you all would benefit from having some mock-ups like this for Canva as well. All right, so we'll get on to that. But outside of that, y'all, this is not a complete template, but y'all get the gist. I'm going to go ahead right now. For anybody that goes to, you have to go to the live video on the N8 Academy business Facebook page. So Customer Happiness, if you can drop that link, and you have to comment the word baby shower. If you comment the word baby shower, then I'm going to give you this whole folder that says pink. Okay. So this one, it has all the assets in it. So you can, or do y'all want the blue one so you can change? Let me see. Let me see what I have in the blue one. I don't know if I have. Let's see my assets. Okay. Okay. So it's not all blue though. I saved my little Automizer stages on here. All right, so I'm going to do this. Whatever I have in this folder, y'all can have. I have a blue folder that has, okay, it does have all the stuff in there. So the secondary color here is going to be the natural color, but I'm also going to give you all my blue flowers anyway. So I'm going to give you all this, and here, especially for my folks that already have the Automizer, I'm going to show y'all how I separate this. So all of the things that are the input for the Automizer, those are called the elements, right? So these are all my elements. Everything that starts with 0, my elements. So I'm going to copy that, or I'm going to cut that. Those are not mock-ups. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it elements. All right, so I have my elements. I go back to my mockups folder. Now, this is everything that the Automizer already outputs. So you don't need, of course, you don't need maybe the garden flag, or you may not need the graduation topper or the casket insert. But I go ahead and create it anyway, just so that you get used to seeing those images on those different items. Because maybe you didn't think about a mug, but since the mug is there, if they say, hey, what about, something I can have for party favors or drinks or whatever, then you have some things there without having to rerun the whole mock-up again. All right, so those are all of your mock-up files down to the yard sign. And then after that, these are your printable files. So what I do is I take all my printables and I cut those out. And I make a folder just for the printables. And I just call that one print. Okay. So the output from my Automizer gives me mock-ups of the individual products. Now I can use this for my Shopify store. I can use this to build bundles. I can use this to post on my social media. These images are ready to go for your Shopify store. Then I have my elements. Now my elements is pretty much like, hey, I ran the Automizer one time. If I needed to run the Automizer all over again, maybe I misspelled something and I have to run it again, I could take these same elements, plug them into the Automizer, and then they're going to rerun that whole design for me without having to go through all those steps of changing out the colors like we had to do. All right. Then my print files. If they say, hey, I'm ready to do the cupcake topper, even though you maybe you already printed the t-shirts or whatever, and they come back to you and need other things, you have the print file ready to go. Okay, now that's only if you want to go ahead and have that ahead of time. I don't suggest having all of these products every single time. I suggest having a core design right? So maybe this one right here is what you would show them every single time. Because believe it or not, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 products on this one stage. Okay. Yes, Jennifer, Craft Equip will automatically get the files. Oh, you know what? I lied. It's not baby shower. It has to be baby shower, all one word. Do baby shower, all one word on this video. And then it will start the automation. All right. So what was I doing? I'm going to give y'all this. So let me go ahead and do this now because I know how y'all are. You said, and y'all are right. I did say it. But listen, your girl be getting bogged down sometimes. All right. So I'm going to copy that and put it in your freebie folder. Freebie Friday. Okay. And I still have that AI artwork in there. Let me see what I did. Uh-huh. So y'all still have all of that. But this is actually more than that. So I'm gonna delete this one. So this is even more. And on top of that, I'm going to give you the Canva stuff that we worked on tonight. So remember how I started everything with blue on Canva? Boom. I give y'all these PNGs of these arches too. They're just the PNGs. It ain't the editable file. I'm gonna put that in the freebie Friday. Look, because y'all stayed with me overtime and y'all got more people here. So I'm gonna put this in my mock-ups. I'm gonna give y'all these arches. And then here's the thing. I dare you, because some of y'all got to be dared to do some work. Okay. I dare you to post this stuff. I dare you to post it. And if you're worried about anything, post it. And if you get an order, we'll figure out how to help you get the order done. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, some of us are fearful of success, but you ain't got to fear success if you ain't even doing nothing. We're fearful that, what's going to happen if I actually get this order? Don't worry about it. We make these files simple. We make this process simple. You have a community of people that can help you. If you got the money, you don't think you have somebody that'll help you get the design done? Coach Nancy's in here. We have the creative marketplace where our Craft Equip members, who are our OGs, our Craft Equip members, can help you flip a design. Do y'all hear me? Just put it out there. So everything that's in this folder, I don't care if it's my artwork. I'm giving it to you to put it out there and say, hey, I can do this. And then if you get an order, then you're going to come back to me anyway and say, hey, Shannon, I need that template. Or, I'm ready to get in these Photoshop classes now. I'm joining the membership now. So when you say you can't afford something, if you say, how can I afford instead? Put these images out there and I guarantee you somebody's going to inquire about them. And then what you do is you charge them, because you're going to have to pay for this template and this membership because you're about to be on and popping. Dare taking. That's what I'm talking about. Just post it. I'm giving y'all this stuff to make you money, y'all. I'm giving you free stuff that makes you money. Free stuff. All right. Now, what else did I say I was doing? I was going to give y'all the Canva input. All right, let me see what I got in here. Yeah, I'm getting a little goofy because that's what happens when I get tired. Just like the kids, they start acting the fool when they tired. That's me. All right, so in the freebies, let me see what I got in this Canva folder. Because y'all get all the blue stuff. And it has these in here so that it gives you some ideas of how to build. So that's all you need. You're all I need to get by. All right, so I'm giving y'all that folder. And then listen, go ahead and grab this stuff, download it, because it's about to disappear. It's supposed to disappear when we get off this live, but I know I've taken up a lot of y'all time. So what I'm going to allow It's for you all to have till midnight to download your files. And then I have to start doing this too, because some people take advantage. And I never want to stop doing something just because of a couple of bad apples. But when I see that that people play with loopholes, listen, when somebody want to show you, then you just got to get into your genius mode. Okay. So I got to do what I'm supposed to do. All right. So did you get the link? You got to answer the question and go through the automation, y'all. This is what we're learning in Craft to Quit too. These automations and systems and ways to communicate and keep up with growing a business. So Craft to Quit, this is one of the things that we're going to be learning. Your automations. All right. Jackie, you got it? Awesome. Good. All right. So that's it, my loves. I hope tonight, and y'all let me know, was tonight helpful? Let me know what was your favorite part of tonight? What was your takeaway from tonight? What was your biggest takeaway from tonight? Let me know in the chat. And if y'all talk back to me that I don't know what you like and I don't know what to do. Okay, I see y'all coming through on the notifications. I see y'all coming through on the notifications. Hey, the baby's booty's in the building. I want to go ahead and give you a precursor to Eve and I are working on something very, very special for the community, and we can't wait to show you. Eve, are we on for Sunday? Sunday, 9 p.m. And we may we're going to talk a little bit about bling. Eve, the baby's booty, that's Eve, y'all. So when I say Eve, that's what I'm talking about. So Eve is the bling queen. She has the best customer service, hands down, with her bling supplies and her materials, and the stones themselves. Customer service like none other. She even has a buy-in, y'all. A buy-in that allows you to get the products almost 50% off, as long as you're willing to wait for them to come from overseas and buy in together. So listen, we're going to talk about this on Sunday. I can't wait. Oh, they showing you love, Eve. Look at them. All right, y'all. I didn't even get a chance to tell y'all how I almost got kidnapped today from the airport and taken to the wrong hotel. I tried to tell this man, he took me to the wrong address. He wouldn't listen because he was all being chauvinistic and stuff. And let me tell you what I did at the end of it. Y'all want me? Let me just tell the story. So I can't tell all the stories of all the stuff that happened today. But after my flight was delayed and I finally touched down, and I'm hungry. And I know I'm supposed to be getting on here doing my live and getting ready. Didn't know my internet was going to be slow. I always put in it. This is a good tip for y'all too. I don't know if this is meant for somebody tonight. I don't care. You get in the and I got in an official taxi. I didn't even get in an Uber. I got in an official taxi from the airport. So I tell him my location. I asked him, first of all, to give me an estimate of what the cost would be. And it's probably going to be like, he didn't even listen to the address, put the location in. He just put the name of the hotel in. I'm thinking that he didn't put the correct city, because in Atlanta, there's different kind of parts of Atlanta that's not actually Atlanta, right? I'm looking at the thing on the Google Maps. Every time I get in an Uber or any kind of transportation, I put on my Google Maps so I can follow, because I'm a female and I'm not going to play about my safety. My daddy taught me better. So we pull up somewhere. It was not that far from the airport. And I'm like, I know this ride said it was going to take about 30 minutes, number one. And why does it say now it's going to take, no, it said 25 minutes. Why does it now say it's going to take 30 minutes? So the way the taxis work, which honestly, I'm going to write the taxi company, it locks you into the vehicle. And I said, sir, what address are we at right now? he says, oh, this is the only one in this city, and you're at the right place. I said, sir, what address are we at right now? Can you divulge the address from the GPS system, the same thing you put in there? Tell me what the address is. And I'm doing this because I don't like to demean men. I have a very, 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 especially Black men, I have a very, very, very high respect for Black men, because I feel like everybody else likes to belittle and like make it seem like somebody doesn't have sense and doesn't have the respect. So I'm asking him a question because I need him to understand he made a mistake. So he won't tell me the address. I said, well, sir, if you can't pull up the address, then I need to go confirm. He was like, you can ask them in there where the address is. I said, okay, first of all, I can't get out this vehicle. Unlock my doors. So the way that it does, it locks you in the vehicle until you pay them. I said, unlock my doors so I can go ask this hotel what the address is. So I walk in and I said, man, what's the address to this hotel? She tells me address is nothing like what I have on my GPS and my itinerary. So I said, let me ask you this, ma'am. Are we even in Fayetteville? And she's like, oh, no, this is actually somethingville. And Fayetteville is 30 minutes away. Mind you, I'm trying to get ready for this live. I didn't know I was going to have this little raggedy internet. But listen, I can't be too mad at the raggedy internet because we got through it tonight. I'm like, sir, I'm supposed to be live. I'm supposed to be in a totally different city. You literally were about to drop my behind off, because he was like trying to make me pay before I went in there and asked for the address. He's like, oh, well, you have to pay me first. Nope, sir. I grabbed my bags up out of his stuff. I know rights. You cannot detain me. And if I have an issue, I have the right to go check where I am, because he wouldn't pull up the address on his GPS. So then the lady comes out from the hotel, and she's like basically like sticking up for me. She's just like, no, sir, this is not the right location. Her location is about 30 minutes away from here. He doesn't even apologize. Now, I'm telling you, I understand the masculinity, all this other stuff. I'm doing my best not to demean him, not to like express I'm disgusted, because like I said, I was raised by my dad. I partly raised my brother, who's only a year and a half younger than me. But so I have a huge respect for men and their egos, right? So my thing is that I'm just trying to explain to him, sir, your lack of putting the address in, because the very first thing I asked him, I said, hey, can you tell me how much it will be to go to this address? Oh, no, I'm not gonna, I don't have to put it in. It'll be like $24. I said, sir, I'm giving you the address so you can tell me exactly what the fare is and how long it is. So the fact that he wouldn't even do that in the first place, this is his ego. This is him trying to just get over and get a customer. I'm not even that kind of customer. I don't care how much it costs. I need to get there. I got a live to go to. I have right now 67 people that's waiting on me to give them value tonight. I just need to get where I need to go, but I need to also understand that I'm safe and I'm getting to where I'm supposed to be. So all of those things, he messed up royally the whole time. And then he was being a butthole, trying to lock me in the vehicle and stuff, telling me I got to pay him. Like, he was being a true butthole. I mean, a big brown butthole. You hear me? But I'll tell y'all, like, people tell me, I haven't heard this like as much as I have like the past few years, but that I have the patience of Job. Although I also have the attitude of my daddy when I need to. So I'm telling this man, all right, well, let's go ahead and get to the proper location. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't, like, he basically just quiet. So I'm quiet. I'm doing my best to remain in the proper mental, because I have to come perform for you all. I have to come serve you all, right? So I don't want to bring that kind of energy here. So he trying to rush and we swerving and all kind of stuff. My head hurt. I feel like I got to throw up. I feel like I've been in a roller coaster this whole time. And when we finally get up to the hotel, he says, right before he has to charge me, which I know he knows he should not have charged me. He should have actually done that complimentary, all of that. I'm not concerned about that. He pulls up the thing. It's a $50 fare. From what he told me will be $24. Then he hits the little, you know how you can put the tip? He hits the no tip button. You don't have to worry about a tip. And by the way, I'm sorry. So we done drove this whole 30 minutes. You didn't say you were sorry while I was literally telling you, basically you just kidnapped me and took me to the wrong address and tried to lock me in the car until I paid you. None of that. you apologize when it's time for me to pay. So as he apologized, I said, I need for us to have some understanding in this very moment. Number one, I'm a female, I'm traveling alone. So when I ask you what address, it's because I'm concerned about my safety and that I am in the right place. You had all opportunity to not only tell me the address that we were at, but also before we even took off from the airport, I asked you to put the address in and tell me the fare. So you trying to get over in that situation and just get a job. I understand times are hard. I understand that that might be a way of getting people into your vehicle, and now they're locked into your car and they have to pay you this $55 fare that you told them would be $24. I understand that. But I need you to understand the risk that you put me at, the risk that you put my business at, and also the customer service that was lacking from this opportunity. And the reason why you hit no tip at the end, because I said, no, don't hit no tip. I told him, like, because he was hitting it, and I was like, don't hit no tip. I will still tip you. That's the type of person that I am. I said, but I need us to have some understanding because this is a teachable moment. So like I said, when people complain to you, when people tell you that you did something wrong, you have to use that as an opportunity to understand how to grow your business because they trust you to do something about it. So like I said, he hit the no tip. We get out the car and he didn't say anything else. He got my bags out the back of the vehicle. I'm sure he felt very ashamed because I had that conversation with him before I even I'm not even going to get out this vehicle till I speak my mind. But I did not speak my mind until I'm in my place because I'm not going to be on the road with somebody, driving and swerving and got me in a situation. So I waited till we were secure in the place. And then as we get out the vehicle, he brings my bags towards me. I hand him a $20 bill. The fare was $55. I hand him a $20 bill. And he's like, no, like he's looking like, oh, I don't deserve this. And I'm like, I said, I'm showing you an extension of who I am, not an extension of the experience that I just had. The type of person that I am, I didn't care that the fare was $55. You did not have to trick me into that. Because I already knew. I looked up on my Google Maps. I see that your rates say that they're about $3 per, the meter is $3. I know on my Google Maps that we're 21 miles away from this destination, away from where we are right now. I could do math in my head. It was actually more like 25. And then there's like an extra fee. I did the math in my head. I just wanted to know if you were going to be honest about it. So the whole time I'm calculating, I'm counting up all the ways that he's not being forthright, not being a good person in that moment, definitely not being a good business person. I'm calculating all of these things because I can see them. I am dumb by no means, by none. But what I did was I added all of that stuff up and I had a conversation with him before I left that vehicle of all of those things that I noticed that he did that I could very well report because this is a elderly, I believe, elderly African guy. That might be the only opportunity that he has in this area. It's hard out here for opportunities in Atlanta, right? So instead of me going to his supervisor and saying X, Y, and Z, and I'm pissed off and my brain hurts because I'm so mad I get on this live and I don't even know how to act because I just had this horrible experience and all I get to do is complain to y'all about my horrible experience. I had to take that moment. And when I tell you it took so much in me not to go to, I'm telling y'all, but I used it and I let God use me in that moment. When I tell you this man was like bowing, like, oh my God, thank you. And I really am so sorry. And I was like, God, that's what you meant for me to see. And that's what you meant for me to handle tonight. Because if I could show him that the person that you just gave the worst experience to was able to tell you something about the way that you're handling business, and I literally tip you about half of what my fare should have been, then it means that I have trust in you to become a better person. I have trust in you to provide better service. I have trust in you that you can be the person that God expects you to be. And I had to be that myself in order to impart that on him. Now, I don't know if he's going to take it. That's not my business. Just like if somebody's scamming and they're homeless and you give them $5 on a burger and they're not really homeless, or they out there, collecting $100K a year, probably more than us, right? That's not my business. It's my intention. So that's why I say tonight, I need y'all to be intentional about everything that you do. I need you to show the God in you in everything that you do, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And I promise y'all, if I would have went off on this man, if I would have went with my heated side of my brain that I wanted to go off of and not allow God to use the opportunity, we wouldn't have the life that we had tonight. Right? I wouldn't have been able to pour into you all tonight because I would have been so caught up in that foolishness, that mess. And this is what I say. Where intention goes, where your true intention goes, then distraction is going to 100% follow. The devil cannot make you do anything. The enemy cannot make us do anything. That's what's so powerful about who we are as beings. We are human beings. We are being this thing at any given moment. And we can be something else. Like they say, the start none won't be none. We can be the thing that you want to start. But we also have the power to not be that thing or to be something greater. Right? And if we recognize that, we win every time. That's why we're tested so much. We're only tested in the position of confusion. That's all the devil can do, is confuse us. That devil would have confused me today. I would have ended up in this position where I would not have the right mindset to go into a big event tomorrow because I'm pissed off. And I done cussed this man out and called his supervisor over a $55 cab fare. I done lost out on this $5,000 class because I'm literally so steamed about a $55 cab fare and being late to a live that y'all love me anyway. Y'all would love me even late. Matter of fact, y'all loving me even later. We 2 hours in and y'all still here, right? So I need us to remain focused. Put on your blinders, understand your mission, put on your armor because you're going to need it. And we're going to get through this. But you have to know what it's worth and who you are and that you are worth it. So I heard, and we were talking about this in Craft to Quit. Times are getting hard. Things are getting harder again. Perfect. That's the perfect test. And I want y'all to think about something. Anything that feels like work, anything that feels like it's an obstacle is a challenge. And I just want you to commit and understand that a challenge only means is money whenever you make a solution to the problem. So keep pressing on, y'all. This is my freebie Friday. I'm going to be signing out. I really do. Y'all know this. We're getting to the final line of tonight. Y'all know I love you and I appreciate you dearly. And until next time, if the next time is AI class on Tuesday, meet me there. Just beat me there. Don't meet me there. If it's Wednesday, Photoshop class. If it's Thursday, Craft to Quit, we're meeting on Thursday. I may change that to Fridays. We'll see. But right now it's Thursdays. I'll let y'all know if I decide to change that. Okay. And then on Fridays with Coach Chrissy, we're Crafting for Cash. And y'all, we're keeping Coach Chrissy in our prayers too, because she's still affected by a major storm in Texas, and without power and air conditioning and all that stuff in this Texas heat is no joke. So y'all, thank you for your patience, your understanding, the grace that you extend to us anytime we need that grace. I want to task you with saving some of that grace and extending some of that grace to yourselves. You all are beautiful. You're so talented. You are highly skilled. You're highly favored, and you're going to be highly targeted. Take that as a message. Take that as your challenge. And let's succeed. Let's succeed together. All right. I love you. Appreciate you dearly. And until next time. Oh, join us on Sunday. Sunday, 9 p.m. Okay. I'm going to come back Sunday, 9 p.m. And I'm going to bring on Ms. Eve. We're going to talk about some sub and bling things. Okay. I love y'all. I don't know how many times I said I love y'all tonight. Good night, y'all. Bye.